and catch it, and we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Next drive coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not sure what was going on this past season in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, but you think about the Eagles and these Steelers and the injury bug that bit both of them, it's really hard to fathom. If it's germane to the Steelers, though, the dreadful start really began with the injury to Ben Roethlisberger, lost for the year after 2 weeks, and things, although they obviously picked things up later in the year, Charles, started to go south right there.
I think their head coach, Mike Tomlin, not going to win head coach of the year, but to me deserves great consideration because 1-4 start, then they won 8 out of 10, and no Ben Roethlisberger quarterback. In fact, they went through, as we would count it, essentially 4 quarterbacks this year when you count Joshua Dobbs in the preseason before he was traded to Jacksonville. You end up with an undrafted rookie, Devlin Hodges out of Sanford, the Duck guy, Duck Dynasty himself. But this team, 30th in total offense. They've got a lot of work to do next year. But they get Roethlisberger back, get a healthy James Conner back, they'll be right back in the hunt for the AFC North title.
So even though Pittsburgh's had a lot of great playoff years under Mike Tomlin, you think maybe this was his most impressive coaching job?
To me, this team could have collapsed and just gone totally south with the 1-4 start and all the injuries that we were noting. They didn't do that. They continued to press and were actually in the hunt, in the thick of the playoff race until a loss to Buffalo at home. I believe it was on a Sunday or a Monday night, and that pretty much knocked them out of it.
And remember, they lost their first-round pick. They gave that away in the trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick, which some people questioned at the time. Turned out okay for him this year.
Turned out better than okay, and while they didn't make the playoffs, Minkah Fitzpatrick became an all-pro player. Finding his role in Pittsburgh, he'll be able to be at that level for many years to come for the Steelers. That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Joe Webb there to make the grab, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Walter Payton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Manning. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Walter Payton, 87 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. Black 30.
Mark 56. Crunch time, defense.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Jordan Reed has it. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. Black 80.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is caught, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Joe Webb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Next to score, Giants 24, Steelers 17.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, Jude, hit it.
From midfield, here's Manning. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Manning. That's complete. It's Charles. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Orson Charles, 35 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Gets this one to the tight end, Charles. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add two more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
On the draw, here's Jackson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
56. Check 56. Get in the weight room.
Second and 5 now. Roethlisberger going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Webb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
A 47-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
One final try now for Manning. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He was good in the first half. He's been good still here so far in the third quarter, Charles.
It almost feels like when you're watching, all those drills that you know that they go through, all that extra practice, it's all coming together in this one, hasn't it? Everything's been sharp, everything's been accurate, and the yards continue to pile up, as do the rest of the stats.
Yeah, the yards. He's got the 3 touchdowns, no interceptions so far. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Giants. Jerry Rice, 74 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had it quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Oh,
this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team. But the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Oh, and now some space to operate. through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take it on in. 75 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And is there bad blood here? I mean, and go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps that.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Still churning. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. Manning. This is caught. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Manning. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Manning. Flushed out right. He may try and run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught to Charles. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And this one complete to Reed. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Powers through. A second nice move. And shedding his way forward. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Manning going to throw here. The quick slant caught. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempted from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to cloud them a little bit.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? like this.
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Caught on the right side, Reed. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Webb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Zerline connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Manning looking to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. There he goes left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing.
Well, they might if they're in the